Just left Wayah shelter, heading to Wesser shelter. Shouldn't be too bad of a day. I think it's like 11.5 maybe. The water I had in my water bottles last night ended up freezing. It was like in the 20s. Look at these things. I don't know if you can see that. It's just like little ice coming out of the ground. Isn't that crazy? Just like non-stop views. Hanging here in the wind with the smalls. I just want to show you guys something. That's pretty neat. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Woo! There's only like 5 point something till the shelter for tonight. I think Mowgli, he might be pushing on to the NOC because he heard there were tater tots. It's funny because we just came from all the way up there. It's crazy just to look back from where you came. There's a lot of metaphors on the trail that I found, like as far as sometimes you gotta stop and look back from where you came, because it helps you get a better grasp on where you're going. Everybody's been talking about the climb in or the climb up from the NOC to Sassafras. I guess it's supposed to be really tough because it's like 6 miles straight up, so that's gonna be fun. The trail's pretty nice right now. Coming from that last overlook, there's not supposed to be a whole lot of steep inclines for the rest of the day. Word is that survivor who we met at Gooder Grove Hostel is actually pretty close behind us right now, or pretty close behind me. That'd be cool to meet back up with him, because I think he must be busting out some miles too, because I think he stayed another day after we left. Today is actually pretty decent as far as the views. That tree right there, but as far as the views is pretty good. The sun's out, which is nice. You can see that in the background, and with pretty cool people too. I do realize that at some point our paths will separate, and that's just part of the thing, part of what you deal with out here. I mean, luckily our kind of daily mileage kind of links up, but also know that you don't have to hike together to be together. As far as the trail family and that kind of thing. One thing that kind of brings me back to drum corps days is when we would have practice, and sometimes we'd just be outside and you'd just be dripping, getting poured on, and you still got to stand there at attention. You still got to you still got to pay attention and all that stuff when all this craziness weather-wise is going on. That's one thing that kind of tested me mentally, is just being, I mean, you're just wet, you're cold, and you just got to push through it. Another thing that kind of tested my mental toughness was the Illinois Marathon. For anybody that's ran the Illinois Marathon, so for me, being a slower guy, the first half marathon of the full, you're running with everybody that's doing the half. So when it branches off, and from the half marathon to the full, it branches off, and for me, I thought I was doing pretty good at the beginning, and then I make that turn for all the marathoners, and there was nobody in front of me. They talk about the metaphorical brick wall, hitting that brick wall, and it's in other sports as well, but hitting that brick wall, that was that 13.1, and then the turnoff, that was my brick wall. That was kind of a test in mental toughness for me. I'm up at Wesser Bald, getting ready to go down to the shelter. You guys can see that tower back there. That thing was kind of scary to climb up. It's got wooden steps, and the frame is metal. There's this tree here. Ugh. Okay, and then anytime you go through a tree, always look back to see if it grabbed anything out of your pack, because those trees will rob you. Yeah, I got everything. They'll snatch stuff right out of there. Actually coming up to one of the shelters right now. Depending on how good or bad it is, I might stay in it tonight, or maybe go on and set my tent up. Well, this one's actually not too bad. It's got a metal roof, so you'll hear it in the night. You'll hear that. Then this is the shelter. And there's usually a table in it, and then stuff on the side to cook on, and then a bench